So in this job of mine, yes, I'm fortunate to be able to call it a job, we do say a lot of things, and me being me, I have got a lot of things wrong. So in this video, we will be looking at the times where I have made awful, wrong, horrible, bad predictions. Yes, this is my bad prediction zone. I mean, just look at that tweet. It's horrendous now, isn't it? I once said Jordan Henderson would never lift the title as a Liverpool captain. I thought we had nothing to be worried about. I was so cocky, so sure. And look what happened. Not only did he go and lift the Premier League, but he also lifted the Champions League. He also lifted the FA Cup. He also lifted the League Cup. He also lifted the Club World Cup. He's actually going to win it all for Liverpool. Oh, for God's sake. How wrong could I be? And I remember the time, when that tweet went viral just after Liverpool did lift the title. And it was so bad. I remember there was even a company that were doing a documentary on Liverpool winning the league that reached out to me and wanted me to talk to them about it. And I was like, no, I'm not being in a documentary about Liverpool winning the league. Just simply not going to go down. Yes, I might get things wrong, but so what? Everyone gets things, which probably kind of defeats the point of this video, but I was never going to appear on that documentary admitting to it. But what a howler of a tweet that was, What a howler. Oh.
There's no way Arsenal finish above us this season. Quote that, do what you want, whatever.
Quote it.
No way to finish above us.
McKola's.
Alan Shearer Foundation, some money coming to you if they do.
Do you remember the time? It wasn't long ago, this season, on the kickoff, I said Arsenal would definitely not finish above Man United. I had to stutter there because I couldn't quite believe it myself. I even went so far as to say I will make a donation to the Alan Shearer Foundation. Now, the donation has been made. I made it on one of the... You know what? We didn't even get to the last season show. Last game of the season show. We didn't even get there. I had to do it like weeks before. The donation has been made. I was getting riled up by Brian and the gang on the kickoff. You know what though? I was right at the time. Does that make sense? I was right at the time. Because if I was put back in that same position again, I'd say the same thing again. Because even with us sacking Ollie, bringing in Ralph, we had the squad that should not be finishing beneath them. And when you look at, we dropped points. 5 points against Watford, 2 points against Newcastle, 5 points against Everton. You just do better in those games. You just don't lose 7 games on the spin away from home and win one. And you get we should have been finishing above Arsenal. Facts. So I'd say that again, but it was a howler because it cost me, didn't it?
People forget we've got some very good youngsters coming through. Phil Jones, future England captain. Phil Jones, future England captain.
Phil Jones, future England captain.
You got Chris Smalling, who played out.
Phil Jones, future England captain.
Phil Jones, a future England captain and a future United captain.
God help England.
You got God help him.
Now this one is one that pops up every now and then. When I was on Arsenal Fan TV, saying one day Phil Jones will be United and England captain. See, what happens is people poke the bear, and a crazy prediction drops out of me. It just happens all the time. I get riled up, get backed into a corner, and then I say, well, I bet you this. And then I'm wrong. I said Phil Jones would be United and England captain. You know what, though? When he signed for us from Blackburn, huge talent. Huge talent. When he played alongside the Rios and the Vidic, he looked amazing. It was only the injuries that killed him. And Sir Alex Ferguson also said, very similar. Sir Alex Ferguson also compared him to Duncan Edwards. So, I'm not in bad company, am I, when overrating Phil Jones? But boy did I get it wrong. Boy did I get it wrong. That was a real bad one. Still at the club though, so there's still hope, right? Could be United captain. Could be England captain. Who knows? Oh, I've seen this screenshot more than I probably should have. My Premier League predictions for the 21-22 season. were an absolute joke, weren't they? Where do we start with all of this? I mean, where do we start? You can go down in the relegation zone, and I've put Wolves. Why are Wolves down there? Like, what? Alright, maybe I thought Bruno Lage would struggle in his first... But a team with Neves and Moutinho in the midfield, finishing in the relegation zone. Don't be so daft, Adam. What were you thinking? Liverpool outside of the top 4. What the hell's going on? Like, what the hell did I do? United, top of the league. Look, we need to have this out, yeah. I'm giddy, I'm stupid. I say 21 is coming all the time. So I will put United top of the league. But if you listened in between the lines of a lot of my predictions, I said Chelsea were going to win the league. Now that is as wrong as saying Man United were going to win the league, because they weren't anywhere near. But I wasn't really saying United were going to win the league. Everyone's taking a dig at me for the wrong thing. You should be laughing at me for saying Chelsea were going to win the league. Should also laugh at me for saying United were going to be in the top 4 and not being. Arsenal were going to finish below us. Oh, I've had a shocker, haven't I? I've had an absolute shocker. Anyway, same time this summer for more Premier League predictions.
Every single one of us. Let's stand by David Moyes. Let's stand by David Moyes. Let's stand by David Moyes. Oh, every single one of us. Let's stand by David Moyes. Let's stand by David Moyes.
Oh, Moisey. Moisey. I think a lot of United fans got this wrong. But I remember, like, it all going wrong for David Moyes and being like, no, he will turn this around. He's the man. Give him time. I remember singing We'll Stand By David Moyes. I remember all sorts. But we really... I think it was having the words of Sir Alex Ferguson still ringing in our ears. Your job now is to stand by your new manager. And thinking, look, we got to stick by the manager here. Look, you know, our previous manager who was there for 26 years, he had a bad time. He had a wobble and we stuck by him. And I think all those kind of things were just ringing around our head and led us to believe that David Moyes would eventually get it right. It was a howler of an appointment. He's gone on to improve and do better and, you know, improve his stature as a manager. Fair play to him. But he was never, ever the right choice for Manchester United. And I don't know what happened. I was just young, dumb, and listening to Fergie. I remember my dad saying to me at the Swansea game, Fergie's last game at Old Trafford, now you're going to know what it feels like to be a real football fan. Life hit us really hard after that, and quickly with the David Moyes era, and how badly wrong I was during it. Oh. And finally, the Declan Rice saga. Does anyone remember this? So previously, there was a time when everyone was saying Declan Rice was worth 80, 100 million about 2-3 years ago. And I did not agree with that. I thought it was overpriced, overrated, not gonna happen. So, in a discussion on Twitter about Declan Rice, I'd said that a lot of players that come through West Ham's academy are overrated. And what I meant by that was, because of all we won the World Cup in 1966, because of Rio and Lampard's team and all that kind of stuff, because of all those things and the past of them developing players, that now anything that came through the academy was overrated. That being Declan Rice. To which Rio Ferdinand read, quote tweeted with a thinking face emoji, and absolutely threw me under the bus. So then we had people going, oh, you don't realise Rio Ferdinand and Michael Carrick are from the West Ham Academy. I know they're from the West Ham Academy. I wasn't born yesterday. I've been watching football all my life. Of course I know they're from the West Ham Academy. I was just trying to say, because of their previous past, because of their history with the academy, anything that comes out of it now is overrated. Now, I do think Declan Rice is better than that. So my first mistake was saying Declan Rice is overrated. I think he was overpriced at the time. I think he might still be overpriced at this time. But I do think he's a supreme player, and I would take him at Manchester United. He's fantastic. But I was taken out of context by Rio Ferdinand. How dare you, Rio? And then, to make matters worse, a few weeks later, I was in the away end at the London Stadium. Manchester United lose, I think it was 3-0. And I tweeted a picture from the away end with the words, something like, the only thing that could have been worse is if Declan Rice scored. Now, I didn't at Declan Rice, but he liked the tweet. And when I say he liked the tweet almost immediately, he was ready for it. I know he was looking at my timeline to see what my reaction was to that game. And I've got to say, fair play, Declan. I respect that kind of shithousery. I really do. I respect it. But I was wrong on Declan Rice. I do think he's overpriced, but I don't think he's overrated. I think he's a fantastic player, and one that would walk into Manchester United's team. But yeah, guys, those have been my bad predictions. Yes, some very bad predictions. And I know you're going to comment below with loads more from the ones that I've forgotten. But so what? Because you all make bad predictions too. And I want you lot to get the predictions that you made, which turned out to be absolute shockers, in the comments below. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here now, but thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, I've been Adam McKola. I'm out of here.